Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back again today with another A Trades. Today's date is November the 11th. So today is a bank holiday and I'm sure you've heard some people or mentors telling you don't trade on a bank holiday. Well, I'm here to tell you if the market is open, it is tradable. And just looking at the totals down here, it looks like I got well over 200 pips again today. Let's take a look at the holiday. Here it is here, Thursday, November the 11th, all day. It's the Euro, the Canadian, and the US. They're all on bank holidays. And the market is still moving. So nothing wrong with making money even while there's a holiday. Now what I have found is what I call a magic indicator. That is this TZ indicator, short for trigger zones. That sitting on top of the timing indicator gives you perfect entries for buying and selling. It's highly accurate and it will work on all time frames. So no matter what kind of a trader you are, whether you're scalping on the 5 minutes or the 1 minute or even the 15 minutes, or if you're a swing trader or position trader, you can put it on the higher time frames. It works fantastic. And once I put it onto this template and system I call trigger zones, I call the complete system the Holy Grail trading system. Now I know I'll get traders saying there's no such thing as a Holy Grail or a magic indicator, but when it keeps pumping out 200 to 500 pips a day, well, what would you call it? It works fantastic for me, and if you follow the rules that I teach within the training videos, it really should work fantastic for you also. It definitely helps to find the beginning of the up and down cycles within the market. You can easily trade all 3 sessions 24 hours a day. And of course, I call that the flow of the market. Now, most of these trades were taken directly from my daily trade plan that I put together around 6 o'clock a.m. New York time. So now before I take the trade, I drill down the lights. That's what I teach within the system. Now if you're a day trader, the 1 hour, 4 hours daily is generally good enough. But with the daily trade plan, I go all the way to the weekly and the monthly. And once you establish the fact, or you know the fact, if you're buying or selling, and in this situation, the 30-year bonds, I want it to be selling, so I put the arrow in there to remind me. So let's see where I got in on this trade. And remember, today is a bank holiday, so it's a little bit more tricky today, and it will jump around a little bit more so. Not a big deal though. I knew the higher time frames were telling me to sell. So after it did this cycle of about 30 pips, I closed out the trade just being happy. And it looks like there's about 10 pips. 10 pips, and remember each pip is $5. And those 10 pips on the 30-year bonds paid $500. So let's move on to the next trade, the euro dollar. And as you can clearly see on my daily trade plan for today's date, euro dollar right here, a lot of downs, watch for bearish trade preferred. If you would have had this daily trade plan today, even on this bank holiday, you could have made well over 100 pips. And I didn't even trade them all. I just trade the ones that I thought were the best at that given time. So we're selling it. Let's go to the euro dollar, drill down the lights. I knew I wanted to be selling. There's the arrow. So let's see where I got in at. I waited for the pullback. Should have waited a little bit more, but not a big deal. Only went 7 pips against me. My stop was only 10 pips. And of course, could have made more, but once I get 100 or more pips, I'm generally happy. And it looks like this was paying out, well, it pays $10 a pip, so that has to be 8 pips. And 8 pips on the euro dollar paid $800. Moving right along to the pound yen. Looks like I sold it. Let's go take a look at it. Another one after I drilled down the lights. I knew I wanted to be selling. Gold line is going down. Everything is looking pretty good. Lots of red down here at the bottom. So let's see where I got in at. And this is another one. And this is the way the market is. It just flows up and down. And keep in mind, especially for the pound pairs, 10 pips stop will not hold. And this is, well, 19 pips is not too bad. And looks like I closed it out again, just being happy with, looks like 11 pips. And 11 pips on the pound yen paid $964. Moving on to the next trade, I bought the Euro CAD. So here we go with the Euro CAD. Drill down the lights. Gold line is going up. Definitely we're buying. So let's see where I got in at. Again, another one decided to go back to the gold line. Not a big deal. It wasn't that many pips. Let's take a look to see what it was. Around 20 pips. And looks like I closed it out again, just being happy with, let's see now, 15 pips. And 15 pips paid out $1,271. Moving on to the dollar CAD. I bought this one. Same thing. Everything looking great for buying. All the indicators down at the bottom. Higher time frames. There's the arrow. Let's see where I got in at. Right here. This one didn't go very much against me. Let's see. Went 3 pips against me and I closed out. Another one I was just happy with. I was happy with 22 pips, and 22 pips on the Euro CAD paid $1,748. Moving on to the next trade. Sold the pound dollar. Here's the pound dollar. Did this bit of a pullback up, but the higher time frames was saying to sell. So let's see. And of course the cycle rate on this red candle, beginning of the sell signals, and of course right here, that's a full sell signal, cycle for going down. Pulled the trigger here, but it decided to do one more cycle, but I knew it was going to go down. Went against me 24 pips, and I closed it out on this trade, just happy with 18 pips. And the pound dollar pays $10 a pip, so 18 pips paid out $1,800. And remember, if today was not a bank holiday, looking at the meter here with the dollar at the top 70% and the pound down at the bottom at 30%, this would have been, it would have given more pips. And this is another reason why I do more than one trade at a time. I like to do between 5 and 10, sometimes more, because I never know which one is going to move. And it looks like today the pound pairs, 2 at the bottom here, and this Russell moved the most number of pips. Moving right along to the pound Swiss. Let's see how that one did. after I drilled down the lights, I knew that I wanted to be selling. So I just had to wait for this cycle to be done, and then so I can get into the trade. Let's see what's happening here. Sell right where this line is. I pulled the trigger here. It went against me 8 pips. And again, closing out the trade, just being happy with, looks like 27 pips. And those 27 pips paid $2,933. Now moving on to the wrestle. Let's see what that looked like. Here we go, higher time frames, goal line, everything suggesting it's going to go up, including everything down at the bottom. So that's exactly what I did. Bought it. Now did this, let's see. This is the opening bell, and you have to be aware at this point in time, expect a little bit of price action. Opening bell for futures is at 9:30 a.m. New York time. So it did this jump, but I knew once it stabilized, it was going to continue on its way up in the direction of the higher time frame. And it ended up producing, well, a lot more actually. Let's see, wrestle. Remove the last digit. It's 174 all the way up there, but I ended up getting a little over 100. Looks like 103. That would be about right. At $10 a pip, 103. That worked out to, on this trade, $10,300. And of course, just checking my daily trade plan for today, the wrestle, the one that paid the most. The signal I gave this morning between 6 and 7 said to watch for a buy trade or bullish trade. By the way, if you don't have this, you're losing out on hundreds of pips a day. So, and if you don't know how to drill down the lights and make those calculations, whether it should be buying or selling, I recommend not only getting your hands on the trigger zone system, but also grabbing a month or more of my daily trade plan. If you have any questions about this at all you got to do is get in contact with me. So a great day of trading, all compliments of the daily trade plan. And let's see now, I just made the calculations for all the pips and ticks. I ended up getting 214 pips, and like I said, I knew it was going to be at least 200. And those 214 pips paid $20,318. So if your system's not producing on a daily basis like my trigger zones, I suggest you get your hands on it. If you want to get some more information, look right below this video and you'll see this, my trigger zones system. I do charge $250 for it. I teach how to trade the flow of the market, or you can call it the up and down cycles, and this magic indicator right here pinpoints it exactly where you should be buying or selling. Now my system has approximately 5 gigabytes of training, and you'll get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. It does not work on the MT5 platform, as I had a trader yesterday was trying to put it on the MT5 platform. Remember, works on the MT4 platform. Now included, there's 6 MT4 templates, 8 custom indicators, and my favorite meter. Now I threw in a lot of PDF books, a lot of Word documents, and 9 bonus videos. This is all just bonus material which should help you to find success at trading. Now there's a lot of ways to trade. I do teach a lot of ways. That's why there's 50 training videos. And if I'm not mistaken, my #1 way and the best way that I love trading is a great way to trade. It's a good looking example right here on the right hand side. I knew that it was going to go up. just by looking at the charts. Now, I'm not going to talk about everything here, too much to talk about. All you got to do is put this video on pause, read everything here. If you have any questions, simple, pick up the phone and call me. Here's my number. And if you live too far, simple again, just shoot me an email. Remember, there's an underscore right here. Now, I do prefer Skype, and through Skype, after you click on this link, of course, we will have a Skype connection, and through Skype screen sharing, I'll give you a free session. I don't know how long it'll last. It really depends on how many questions you have. I'll show you whichever trigger system you want to see. And keep in mind, I do all of that with no obligation to you. Now, if you click on this link right here, you'll see 35 screenshots of all the trigger systems I've been building over the years. So that just about wraps up this video, and another great day of trading. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next day of trading and video, good luck with your trading, and remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.